I would like to leave you on a question from a woman called Irene, who I believe it's quite a good question, and it's you might take a minute to think about this, but if you could describe Chuck in one word besides the obvious, what word would it be?
Groovy.
Groovy. I like it.
That sums him up.
If I could make
guy, he liked the word groovy. He even wrote a song called "Groovy Movie." We wrote these lyrics while we were in a hotel room doing the album "Spiritual Healing." It's like a groovy movie where I'm the star and 80.
I mean, that concludes.
Brutal. I mean, brutal would be a word. Raging. Puppies.
I'm stoned.
Kittens. These are all like single words that I would use to describe.
Eric, you are saved. We have made the journey. That is it. But if there's one,
that's it.
If there is one person I would like to end on, purely on a completely selfish personal note, I particularly enjoy anything that Richard Christie has to say. I think that guy has got the funniest stories. Like that. I think is it in the liner notes for Sound of Perseverance. He talks about Chuck had a bomb shelter or something. You know, this real funny little story, and you know, Richard's doing his show with Howard Stern, and some of that stuff, it will just have you in hysterics, you know. And yeah, for me personally, I love listening to Richard because he's clearly like such a kind dude, such a funny dude. He's so dry, it's unreal, and
he's genuine.
And I mean, you know the guy. I mean, I just get to enjoy what he does, but you get to, you know, the person, and I get a lot out of Richard Christie. I think he's a funny dude, man, and a killer drummer. But Eric, we have made it. The journey, the 4-hour journey. There's been highs, there's been lows, there's been technical difficulties, but no. Even though there's been so many different jokes, Eric, I can't thank you enough for this amount of time. I know I've drilled you into the ground, but I came through it, so you can come through it. But
I'm through it already.
Already. I mean, as I sit here at 7:15, but this was totally done the way I think it should have been. I don't know what else we could have covered within a reasonable space of time. But I would just like to send out the biggest gratitude that I can to you, Eric.
It was my pleasure, James.
And you know, I can't thank you enough for what you've done, giving me your time, because what people really need to realise how busy you truly are. I couldn't, you know, I don't give a shit if it sounds like I'm some sort of like ass licker. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter. You gave me your time, and I sucked up just about every second of it that I could. So,
well, that's okay. This was a fine exercise in therapy for me to answer this kind of interview like off the cuff like this, and it was fine. I had nothing better to do. Yes, my beautiful wife was upstairs. my wonderful 6-year-old was saying, "Dad, play with me, please." And I just tossed them aside like.
You did. You did throw Sam in the bin, but
and you caught it on film.
I did. In the world.
So they'll recover.
They will.
The millions of Death fans who would have been so upset if I hadn't shown up today, they would never have recovered. I mean,
that video got at least a million hits, surely, at least. Maybe 10 million. I can't even count, you know. But I'd like to leave.
I know that my daughter when my daughter Anna sees this, she's going to create some kind of meme with me in it, and it'll be ridiculous.
Well,
because she's talented.
I would like to leave the end open for you, Eric. If there's anything you would like to finish with, please feel free.
Yes, well, the focus isn't on me, the focus is on Chuck, but I would like to send out a personal thanks to Jane, Beth, Schuldiner, and of course, Chris Steele, and just to let them know how important that they are to me as people. And I'm honored to be a part of their family, and for them to be a part of my family, and for us to be doing what we're doing. It's just a labor of love on our own behalfs and on the behalf of Chuck. It's just so much fun doing what we do. I have the greatest job on earth. You can all envy me for that. It is the greatest job. Of course, I have to give a shout out to my wife, Emma, who is definitely the world's greatest person and is incredibly patient in allowing me to do all this stuff and cast her aside so easily. And James, my son. Next time I'm in the Midlands, I won't go to Wolverhampton or Nottingham.
You can come jam with me.
Norwich, which makes no sense because Norwich, the roads lead to nowhere. But I will come to Leicester and look you up. I'll know how to spell Leicester. I'll know how to spell James, and it was a pleasure to do this.
Once again, Eric, I would like to say thank you for your time, and I know the fans are going to absolutely love this.
I hope. Relapse. They're great. They're a great label. They're a fine bunch of guys, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of this cool stuff without them as well.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
I want to say thank you, people. Keep the metal faith alive. Thank you. Good night.